Hello and welcome back to another Omniheroes video. Today I'm just going to go through the unit Themis, what she does, and what setups you can run her in. So Themis is one of the first legendary heroes that you can obtain. You can pay, for me it's 99p or £1 to buy her straight up from one of the sales that comes on. I believe that 99p is 100% worth it, and if you are willing to spend money on the game within the first couple of days, then yeah, Themis is most definitely a hero that is worth it. And the reason for that is because of her ultimate. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But first, let's go through her teams. So her first team is the Valkyrie team. It is a quite a competitive team if you do invest into it. Although it is not top tier like the Glorians or Ethereal's team. The best unit or unit of note would be Atropos. Who you can also buy, I believe, for $9.99 along with a set of purple armor. That one, I guess, is worth it if you do want to go ahead and buy that. If you are willing to spend sort of £11 on the first day, I would suggest getting a Themis and an Atropos as well. The next team, the Dawnbringers team, plays in quite well with Themis, along with her exclusive runes. But I'll get into that in a little bit. The Dawnbringers faction has a lot of powerful units as well for good synergies. So you've got Atropos as well as the Valinator link. She also has the Dawnbringers link. You've got Dorabella, Katrina, Portia, Celine as well, who you can all link together for a 5 Dawnbringers synergy. And I've been over the Dawnbringers synergy, but each basic attack by ally units has 50% chance to trigger a combo. It can be triggered only 2 times. So it is worth to note that it is only 2 times that it can be triggered if you do have 5 Dawnbringers synergies in there. And the final one, and the reason that I'm doing this is because she is a protector, and the best protector that I've not done a video on, that's not D&D. Sorry about that, just had to pause recording, had a knock at the door. But as I was saying, she is the best non-DD protector unit that I would suggest investing in up to sort of the end of mid game, and primarily because she will carry the damage for your Valinators team, along with Elune, which is a great combo. But Themis, I've got her up to 12 stars, and she is very powerful. And the reason for that is because of this ultimate here. So Themis unleashes a sword wave from her charged blade at the enemy, dealing up to 150% physical damage. It's a very low number, but if the target is killed, the skill will be cast again, dealing 375% physical damage to all enemies. So an increase of around 110%, 115%, something along those lines, to each enemy. And that does carry on getting cast. I'll show you that in a second. The next one, Themis turns into a blur of slashes and attacks a single frontline enemy, dealing 100% physical damage and applies 1 stack of defense reduction. It's okay. It does catch enemies out occasionally, but it's nothing to rely on in order to take out those frontline enemies. The first passive that she has, Themis applies 1 stack of defense reduction on all enemies after killing her target. Every 1% in Themis's crit resistance rate additionally increases her attack by 1%. Works very well with the ultimate ability here. So when she does kill that first enemy, the first one will apply a stack of defense reduction, and if she does continue to keep killing enemies, then the defense reductions will stack up effectively. And the final passive here, every 1% increase in Themis' crit resistance rate additionally increases her attack by 1%. So you do want to get that crit resistance rate up as much as possible. And primarily so they can counter the ethereal synergies. Just something to think about there. And finally, Oath Force 1 is attack +5, HP +5, and defense +5. And then when you get up to Oath Force 2, they become 10% respectively. Talents-wise, I currently have her talents up to Epic. I don't have her at Legendary, and it's because I don't see investing in her at the moment, or as it stands currently in-game. I don't see her being of as much use as she is early to mid-game. Now, you do get an increase in 15% for crit resistance rate, so you would get an additional 15% or 30% if you have her up to Legendary. And you also get a damage boost of 15% as well. Now, damage and attack are two separate stats, so you do need to take that into consideration if you are going to be leveling Themis up. And for her exclusive runes, if you do want to invest in her, I would suggest that there are other units that are much worthier of investing your epic runes in, or epic so getting exclusive runes for that particular unit. So Doris, for example, Dorabella, to name a few. But the rune skill is when Themis uses a basic attack or skill to kill an enemy target, there is a 100% chance to cast a basic attack or the skill one more time. So effectively, if you use a basic attack or if you use an ultimate skill, it will proc an additional time if you do have the runes. And then the Judgment Multi-Slash Evolved is when she uses a basic attack, there's a 100% chance to cast a basic attack or the skill one more time and increases damage dealt by 50%. So that is a base increase of 50%, so it will add more on than a normal 50% increase in basic attack would. So it is something to keep in mind, but again, there are better ways to spend your exclusive runes, the exclusive rune coins that you can get. So we're just going to go into some gameplay for Themis. It is important to get her. I currently have her with all the crit damage increase, just in case she does hit that crit. You can go other routes with her. For example, if you go for the dodge route or the reflect route, you can do. I would not advise it because she is a DPS unit. She is really there for damaging opponents, and you can see that a warrior hero who deals physical damage. You really want to be getting those crits with her, and you want to be doing as much damage as possible on that ultimate. So let's jump into some games. So the first stage that I'm going to go on in the Lost City event is the Valinators stage. I'm going to put Themis here, Atrops here. I'm going to go and get a... in fact, let's just do a full Validators build. And we want to really build around Themis. So we're looking for Valinators heroes as well as Dawnbringers or Protectors. Now, what I would suggest, if you are quite early on or very early on in the game and you don't have a lot of these units built up, you can always use your Gerald here. The reason for that is because he hits the first two. So he hits Valinators and he hits Dawnbringers, so links in very well with Themis. I won't be using Gerald here, but I will put in our Marcia, Nyx, and then I think one more striker might do it. So let's just have a look here. Well, if we go full Valinators, let's try Christine to get the three. Let's get the three striker synergy, so we're doing as much damage as we can with our Themis as well. So let's jump into the battle and see how we do. Relics I've got are all of the legendary Valinator's relics as well. So we get the increase in attack for the first 25. For the first 4 turns. We'll increase our damage here, and hopefully we'll start to see some big damage from our Themis. Now, the problem that I've found with Valinators is they do die quite quickly, which is a real shame. Now, it looks like the Fortitude has been dispelled, and that's thanks to Christine and her talents. We do seem to be going down, and as you can see, there's not a lot of big damage from Themis, but the enemy Themis shows off how the ultimate skill does work. Now, for me, it's not... this isn't a team that I can feasibly run at this stage of the game, and it's primarily because of the lack of defense that you do get from this team. So I think I'm going to change up the Valinators team ever so slightly, because the all-attack route doesn't seem to be working. We will see an increase in here, but again, it's not something that I think we can rely on. Potentially Nyx, because she is a very powerful unit, but again, the only reason that she's still alive currently is because of that Holy Shield, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to finish this off. No, unfortunately, it's a loss, so we'll try a different Valinators build and just see how well this goes. So I'm going to take out Christine, and I'm going to put in Elmer down here, as I've recently got him to 2 stars. I'm going to put him in this slot opposite the enemy Themis, and the reason for that is because he can't go down unless we do have, unless there's nobody else alive. So Elmer will be the last man standing. So hopefully we'll see a couple of taunts from him as well. It's a really useful unit, can be picked up through the treasure hunt event and also in the last season as well. So as you can see, we've got a taunt there. Whenever he attacks, he does apply that taunt status. So unfortunately a miss from Nyx there, but it is what it is. We do get the increase in defense every time we're attacked. We'll see the Fortitude effect. Unfortunately, no dispel from Christine, but we do get a big taunt there for all of the enemy units. Keep missing, unfortunately. And no finisher from our Themis either. But fortunately, we've got this Elmer in place at the moment, keeping the enemy Themis at bay. And we've had 3 misses in a row from that Nyx, which is a shame. We do get the execution. That is from having 5 Valinators available. But unfortunately, we've got a Marcia down, who is quite a big damage dealer. And we'll see if our Themis can hit here. Give us a proper good show. Unlikely though. Get the taunt from Elmer. Back row damage from the scythe. Execution from Nyx. And potentially, now that revive came in, we'll be able to see her pop off. Now that is possible up to 5 times, depending on how many enemies have been killed. But as you can see, there are far superior damage options on the Valinators team. Themis overall at this stage of the game, not one of my favourite units to play. Hopefully with the new buffs that she'll be receiving, and you can find those via the Discord page or via the official channels like Facebook. They've posted all of the changes, and there are multiple other YouTube users who've posted on the Discord as well about those changes. So I won't be, bear with me. I won't be making a video about that. So let's move on to another team. So we'll try a Dawnbringers team here. We'll change out these units and we'll go into Dawnbringers. So we'll put Katrina in there, and we'll get a Dorabella in there, and then I will put Karnak in there as well. So we're running an Ethereals team, but with a Protector sub-theme and a Dawnbringer sub-theme as well. So this is quite a good lineup for Themis, primarily because we've got the 4 Dawnbringers. We also have 3 Protectors in Katrina, Karnak and Themis. They're all on the Protector synergy. So let's see how this one goes. Let's add in our ethereal relics here, and we'll see whether or not we can clear this one up from the damage from Katrina, from Dorabella, and the increasing damage from Atrops. We should see a lot of combo attacks or double attacks when basics do hit. So that was the combo. And again, comboing off within the first couple of hits is a bit like the Verdant synergy here. That is unfortunate. Our Atrops got confused and attacked our own units. We got the shield come up, which is a good one. Hopefully we can get these units down low enough so Themis will. Unfortunate. What is interesting to note, and it's just been displayed there, even if you are confused and you do get a crit on your allies, you still get the health and shield from Karnak and Katrina as well. So something to keep in mind. We'll see a big hit from Karnak there. And hopefully we're down low enough so that Themis can take out this Minotaur here. So as you can see, she will finish off 1, maybe 2 units if they are down low enough. But there are better units to do that for. Again, Themis, she's fantastic in sort of early game, but in it's sort of the late game, she really does need help. And potentially we'll see that with this new update. She will do increased attack damage, I believe. So hopefully we'll see quite a big change there for her. And maybe even potentially we'll see her finish off this Gerald here on the enemy team. Get the stun in there, so no more damage this time. Nope, so it is just a basic attack currently, which is a shame. Atrops giving the increased attack. Karnak should finish both of these enemies off. We'll see Katrina here finish the enemies off. So it looks like Themis did do the most damage in here, despite having Dorabella, despite having Katrina. So potentially she's done a fair bit of damage, given the team that she's been run on as well. And finally, the Protectors stage. So let's just jump into the Protectors stage. We can use this stage, but I'm going to use a bit of a different setup. We will keep Katrina and Karnak in, but we are going to put in Elune. Now, Elune has, when you get them both up to 8 stars, they can be a very useful combination, and I will show you exactly why, because Elune will mark the enemy target, reducing defense, but also giving Themis a target. Elune targets the enemy with the lowest HP or the lowest defense, I believe. So it'll give Themis a direct target to attack. And because we've got 3 Valinators in here, I'm just going to choose the Valinator relics. So let's jump in and let's see how Themis does in this one. I suspect this one will be either a very quick or a very long fight. The reason for that is the damage that the enemies are doing. We'll get the increased shields here, hopefully, from Katrina's passive. But still, I think that Elune, if we're not getting those critical hits, yeah, Elune's going to go down, unfortunately. So this is a loss. We do get the shields up, but unfortunately, our biggest units have been taunted, which means I think this is, yeah, definitely a loss. Yeah, unfortunately, because there were no crits and no increased damage, no decreased defense, Themis wasn't able to show off here. Because of the Protectors synergy, it's a tough one. The Protectors. We'll try the stage one more time. We will see if there is any difference if we change this up. Hopefully, we'll see less damage done to Katrina here. But again, it's the crits that really saved us in that last game. So yeah, as you can see, Katrina down to half health. Karnak missing, so no shield buff here, unfortunately. And no crits from any of our units besides Katrina. So yeah, Katrina down. This is a loss for us, but it is what it is. Again, these units they're not strong enough to compete at later levels. They just don't have the defense to survive, unfortunately. So for this one, I'm not going to rate Themis very highly in late game. In early game, the enemies have defense low enough so that she can one-shot a lot of the enemy units, and if you do build her up, you can clear a lot of stages with her. But again, she needs to have a very good setup, or the right setup, effectively, for her to be effective. So yeah, worth investing for early game, mid game, but later on she does fall off quite a bit because she's got a very low defensive stat, despite being part of the Protectors team. So thanks very much for watching. If you have any comments or if you think I'm missing something, please do let me know. I just wish you the best of luck in your games, and if you would like to like the video and subscribe, it would really help me out a lot. Thanks very much.